So
Wow, so a glass of wine
glass of
changed
wine.
your life forever. Today we're in Cape Town, South Africa, speaking with female millennial entrepreneur Adele Hope. Adele, thank you so much for joining us at the F Show and sharing your story with us today. So I can't wait to hear. How did you get started? What was this journey from pre-entrepreneur to entrepreneur?
Well, basically, how I got started is I was studying marketing and psychology here in Cape Town at the University of Stellenbosch, and I completely fell in love with the mixture of the two. So, understanding why people want to buy things, the psychology behind what makes you purchase, what makes you click on something, and then actually applying that into marketing techniques and things like that that you learn within marketing itself. So, naturally the next step for me was to fall in love with social media because it's so psychologically driven, because it's a community that you're building, it's mass psychology at the end of the day. And I just really fell in love with social media, started learning about it, started doing short courses, just spending 2 to 3 hours every single day reading up on social media. And while I was studying, I had a lot of part-time jobs, in the wine industry, in hospitality, waitressing, things like that, temping at lawyers' firms, accounting firms. So a little bit of corporate experience, if you can put it like that. And when I graduated, I basically had a choice. Either I become a social media intern at a big company here in Cape Town, or I go off and do my own thing. And I've always had a real passion for small businesses because things change so quickly, and what you implement today, you'll see results tomorrow or in the next week. It's not this big corporate churn of, sort of waiting weeks and months and almost years for things to happen. And I do believe that, sort of small businesses, they have a more need for social media because they don't have big budgets to do PR campaigns and promotional goals with flyers and materials and big TV ads and things like that. So it was really just a logical step for me to sort of walk into starting my own social media agency and helping out the little guys and seeing that impact immediately in their business and watching them grow and fostering that growth for them at the end of the day. So that's sort of how I walked into it.
So were there any fears, any deterrents from your graduating and you're deciding, well, do I go the traditional route or do I start my own thing? What was that feeling?
Sure, it was absolutely nerve-wracking, especially because nobody, not my family, not my closest friends, not even my mother, my father, believed that I could become an entrepreneur. It was actually really very hard, especially because I look up a lot to my dad. And he told me, "You're being stupid, take a corporate job, earn a salary, do what's right." And I understand where he was coming from because in South Africa we pay a lot more for tertiary education. So I've got massive amounts of student debt to my name, and it would be the logical thing for me to do. And it took me almost a full year to fully. So for the first year that I was running my own business, I was sort of half in it, half out it. I had part-time jobs still as well at wine farms and hospitality, etc. Sort of half working during the day, half running my business in the afternoons and on weekends and things like that. And eventually, it came to a point at the end of the first year where I was sort of getting there, sort of getting traction and things like that. But I was really getting tired and I was really getting, broken down because I really wasn't I wasn't going to say I wasn't enjoying it, but I wasn't enjoying working and then coming home and working on my business. I sort of felt as if I wasn't really passionate about what I was doing every single day because I was only half-heartedly doing it. Mm-hmm. And I think that was an even bigger, sort of scarier move for me, was walking away from having that sort of a part-time income into having just your business as sort of your sole income. All in or nothing. But that's the sort of person I am. It's either all in or nothing. But it was still extremely scary. I think I had so many panic attacks and, just mental breakdowns trying to just figure out in my head, do I do it or not? And not that I advocated for everybody, but I'm a big believer in vino veritas, which means in wine there is truth. And some of the biggest and best decisions I've ever made is I've had a glass of wine, not 2 or 3 or 4, but I've had a glass of wine. And when you have a glass of wine, you become a little bit more calm and you think about things a little bit more rationally. You don't have that panic, that fear. And one night I sat down, I had a glass of wine, I wrote down all the reasons why I shouldn't do it and all the reasons why I want to do it. And at the end of the day, I realized that I wanted to do it more than I wanted to live or breathe. And I just realized then I had to go for it and I had to do it. So,
Wow, so
yeah.
a glass of wine
glass of
changed
wine.
your life forever.
Yeah.
This is a good tactic. I think many will take up on that and
No, not
see what the magic glass of wine